Part 16, Why the Light Does Not Melt the Ice Dome on the Flat Earth, my magnus opus. Okay, for all the real thinkers out there, so if the sun is super hot, how come it doesn't melt the ice dome? Because the sun is not this, like the controllers want you to believe. No, don't worry, this moron isn't mocking you. The sun we see in our sky is just this, the focal point of visible white light in the middle of our sky. The sun is not a perpetual nuclear furnace 93 million miles away with asinine temperatures and traveling at ludicrous speed.
For light speed!
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed. Are we stopped?
We're stopped, sir.
Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Smoke if you got 'em.
All right, back to the question at hand. So if the sun is super hot, how come it doesn't melt the ice dome? 4 reasons. Number 1, the heat of the plasma spiral is repelled by the electromagnetic field. The electromagnetic field repulses/reflects the plasma when hit and deflects plasma heat away from ice dome. Number 2, the plasma light spiral travels in a tube-like structure and moves in a circular pattern as it hits the dome. So the heat from the plasma doesn't stay on one spot long enough on the ice dome. So in a 24-hour period, the plasma spiral travels in a circle and traverses the entire disk of the flat plane. So it would only be on one spot for a very short period of time. Number 3, the visible white light is diffuse and spread out while entering the convex lens, the ice dome, and water above. The diffuse visible white light is akin to the light temperature with a magnifying glass. Before the light hits the lens, it is diffuse and normal temperature. Only gets hot after the light travels through the convex lens and converges at the focal point of light. Number 4, the focal point of light is what causes the heat of the sun, and the heat is generated through the crossing of light at the focal point. The heat is inside of the ice dome in the middle of our sky at the focal point. The convex lens is the mechanism which creates the heat through the converging or crossing of light into the focal point, exactly the same as how lasers work. Fire at will, Commander. The Emperor, Return the Jedi. The heat of the sun is in the middle of your sky with the converging of light into a focal point. People, that is why we have an atmosphere where it is, between the waters. The heat of the sun in the middle of the sky evaporates the waters and turns them into gases or the atmosphere. The waters above and below are in liquid form because they are heated by the hot focal point of light we call the sun. The liquid waters are just outside of the atmosphere because it is a little cooler. Not hot enough to turn to gas, but warm enough to keep liquid water between 0 to 100 degrees Celsius and 33 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So ice is easy to see now. It forms at the furthest distance away from the actual heat source, the sun, in the sky. The dome is the furthest away from the heat source and will form ice because the focal point of light is directly in the middle of our sky. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. Recap. 1. Sun is not a nuclear furnace. 2. Sun is focal point of light in middle of sky. 3. Plasma heat is reflected by electromagnetic dome. 4. Plasma light is traveling around in circle, does not stay on one place long enough. 5. Light is diffuse, spread out going into lens. 6. Heat is generated at focal point of light, the sun we see in our sky. 7. Atmosphere and liquid waters heated by focal point of light in middle of sky, our sun.